Now that we have our images all created from in Photoshop, we now need to create our scene. And our scene, the end result, will look something like this, where we will have enemy waves at the top grouped together so that they can move. We will have the gunship at the bottom, and we will have our little squares kind of grouped together to make our dome shield. So let's get started. If you pop over to Unity, you hopefully should be have been in the breakout scene, and we need to go ahead and make a new scene. So File, New Scene. And this is the first time we've been making a new scene other than doing a save as from Pong. So if you don't remember, if we want our black background or whatever really background color you want, you have to select the main camera component on the main camera object and select the background color and change that to whatever color you want, in my case, black. Now we need our images, so if you didn't already, you need to find your Space Invaders image and make sure it is saved or move it into our images folder in the retro game project. Unity might take a second to upload it, and you should see it right here. So let's talk about our image again. So we did this with Pong. We have our texture type is Sprite 2D/UI. And the most important thing is our sprite mode. Right now it's set to single, but of course we have more than one image. So I'm going to change that to multiple. Hit apply. And then I can click the Sprite Editor to open that up. Now, it's very, very hard to see, so I'm going to click this little button up here that turns from color to, say, show alpha, so that it has kind of this black background. And then, just like we had before in Pong, I should be able to open up the slice menu and hit slice to get individual image sprites. I'll just start from left to right and start naming these things just so that they are easier for us to recognize when we are playing with the sprites. So that one's Bullet. Call this one Alien 1. And remember to kind of just hit the enter key just to kind of confirm the name change. Alien 2, this is the base block. This is Alien 3. Alien 4. And this will be the gunship. Now, a couple things you'll notice, since this is a very image that we made in Photoshop, it is Bitmap, so you'll see that there is some like white and gray lines. The only thing I want you to make sure to do, if it's not already, is kind of, if you want these to be crisp, see here's our bullet, has this kind of like gray edge, and so does our base. For sure my base, I want it to have a crisp edge, so I'm going to zoom in super close to it and kind of go to the border, and it kind of will snap pixel by pixel because these are each little square pixels. And I just want to make sure that my base, I'm going to move it in. I'm going to move each side in once, so it's off a little bit, but it's more square now. And so that I get a perfect white square for when I build our shield. Now I could do this, you could do this to all of them. Maybe the bullet might look a little bit better if we do that. But this is just, again, because it's a bitmap image. And you can't really do it to the aliens, but the big thing I want to do is just for the base here and maybe the bullet there. And then you want to hit apply. And that will save all the changes to our image. And if you hit the little triangle, you should see Alien 1, 2, 3, and 4, the base block, the bullet, and the gunship. So now it's time to start assembling all of our images. So I'm going to drag out one of each alien and kind of just set them close to each other. And for now, I'm just going to drag the gunship and kind of put it at the bottom. I'll drag out a square for the base and a little bullet. let's start with the aliens first. What I want you to do is make sure, and I'm going to go into the transform mode or for the sprite, and I just want you to make sure that it looks good on the scene. Now, I want you to have about 6 to 8 or more rows of aliens, okay? But I don't want them to go all the way across the screen. So what do I mean by that? Well, if you would have these aliens, eventually we'll have all these and duplicate them and put them here like this. Now, this is 8. That's fine. Doesn't take up, say, the whole scene, but you have to remember, with our alien waves, it's going to start over here on the edge. They're going to go over here on this edge, and they're going to go down. Then they're going to go back this way. Then they're going to go down. Then it's going to go back this way, and so on. Now, if you have too many, or even say one more, like this, there's really no room for movement. So it's literally going to just keep going straight down super quickly, and the level's going to be impossible for someone to complete or play, and for even someone to continue to play and want to play the game. So what we're going to do instead is make sure that they are good size. And so in my case, I think I'm going to size them down just a tad. So I'm going to hold the shift with this transform tool for the sprite, and I'm going to size it down to about this size. And from there, I kind of need to do that to all of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to overlap, and I'm not worried about width, but I'm more worried about height. So what I'm going to do is size them down so that the heights of the aliens match. So you're going to continue to do that to each one. So then I can go to this one, and I can hold shift, size that one down to this, and then take this deer looking one, or whatever you want to call it, and kind of just size it down. Again, you don't have to be perfect. They're not all going to be the same. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select them all, and I'm going to make sure they're all in the same Y. So we're all about at 4 maybe. So I'll grid it out to 4 on the Y. And then simply set this X. I'm getting kind of very picky here with it. That's 4.5 or negative 4.5. So negative 3.5. We'll see what that at. Yeah, that's pretty good. Negative 3.5 on that one. Negative 2.25. 5 is kind of close. 4. There we go. And then last but not least, this will be like a negative 1.575. Nope. Go the other way. 2.5. 4. There we go. So just so that they're kind of close, this one actually might go negative 4.4, or sorry, 6.55. There we go. So now they're all kind of even, gapped out. Now, once I get these aligned, now you could simply randomize the order of these. I'm just going to go and just duplicate, move these over so that we have about a gap like this. Looks like they're nice and close. And then I'm going to go ahead and center as best I can here like this with all the aliens selected. Command D to duplicate. Move those down like that. Command D, duplicate, move those down like that. And then I'll make one more row, just like that. And I could, again, we could grid these out. So that's at like 1. Then these aliens here should be at like 2. And these aliens here should be at 3. So that they're all nice, again, gridded out. I'm going to leave a little gap at the top, but that's kind of where they're going to start, just like that.